Hello, hello, hello. Well, thanks for coming back another time. If it's your first time, I appreciate it. Thanks for liking my thumbnail in the very least. Anywho, gotcha. I should be saying this. It should be implied by the title that spoiler alerts for episode 3 of Falcon the Winter Soldier. So, yeah. Sorry if you carry on past this point and get spoiled or something. I have given you warning. Now, where was I? Oh, yes, and also apologies to anyone who watched the last one. I hit the mic a few times and didn't realize because it was slight bumps. I didn't make the obvious noise, but it's like, oh, it did something to mic that isn't like catastrophically bad that I need to cut around it, but also I don't know a good fix for, so sorry. Now, where was I? I feel like I'm dilly-dallying. Oh, yes. Haven't uploaded the other one yet, but I do have it edited and, well, I haven't premiered it or just made it live, but it is actually uploaded. So yeah, as of time recording, I just have to make thumbnails for them. Ironic given like the intro I just did, but oh well. Previously on, yeah, I just did a whole thing of it in the last episode, but the previously on, it's the most basic stuff from the last episode is the streaming site. That's what I was hitting the constant noise. The pop filter. Just gonna gesticulate my hands over here from now on. God, imagine if like this is the only way you ever get context at for my hands always up this side of the screen. And it's like poorly received video. It would be hilarious. Just hilarious. Yeah, previous on is nonsense. It doesn't provide any key details you need for the upcoming episode, like other than the most basic, most memorable stuff. And like if they haven't watched it, they could just go to the previous episode streaming site. It's not like they're gonna air these on TV. Well, they may air it on ABC, maybe, I don't know. Anywho, now yes, that episode, at least from what I can remember, starts off with some propaganda about like the Global Resource Initiative, GRN, something like that. Basically saying, oh, we're so good. And then we immediately smash cut to this new Captain America, aka US agent, showing why, oh, they're so bad. So bad. Just terrible. Yes, and speaking of US agent, like he tries to command the presence of the outfit, of the title, doesn't have it, and like just has a complete child snap at it. Also, before I go any further, I should feel like I've heard secondhand, and this is only from reading a thumbnail and a title to a video of people that I don't watch anymore and just can't be bothered to take the time to unsubscribe to. So I just heard apparently the actor's getting bullied. And it's like, I feel kind of bad about that, especially after like the punchable face. Like, there's nothing against the actor. It's just the character. He's well cast for it. It's just like, it ain't easy being well cast to be the heel, you know? And like, if he did see those and somehow this as well, sorry. I hope you have an easier time of things. If it is just for like the character stuff, like if he's done anything like behind the scenes on Twitter, I don't know. The only thing I keep in touch with on Twitter is like art, and what else? Yeah, VTuber stuff. Because also I do VTubing. It makes me happy. So like if he's had any hot takes, any bad takes, I don't know about them. That's not what the apology is for. Just mean pettiness is what the apology for if that's what's happening. Anyhow, he was super angry. Like I tried to write that the wrong way a child would write it, because like, oh boy, was that a little breakdown. No holes? No holes. I'm sure that's going to be great for the audio. Oh well. God, like I think they went into it pretty quickly after that, and it's like Zemo, apparently, who I've been misspelling my entire time writing. It's a E, non-I. Anywho, like I forgot, he's a good actor. He really commanded presence as soon as like the camera's on him. made a little joke last week about like the well, not last week. Why did I say week? Because they're airing these episodes weekly, so I'm like assuming the same thing, but I'm not. I'm gonna have to leave these pretty close together, I think. Anywho, I made a joke about his head just like snapping up with the classical music, but no, he did generally command presence in that scene and throughout the episode, and was a likable antagonist. Now, where was I? Yeah, they did go into the world history throughout. I forget the specifics of where and when I wrote it, but before in other projects, it always feels like so disconnected. It's part of a larger cinematic universe, and like Avengers stuff kind of ties things together, but it's like, unless it's like a direct meetup of a bunch of characters, like superheroes, that you just don't feel the depth of the world. But like in this show, it does. You just generally feel like how far back the world goes is what I want to say. How well established it is, because I feel like it hasn't really been utilized. It's just been like from thing to thing to thing with light touches here and there. But I feel like it's pretty heavy in this one, which is nice. Oh, yes. And speaking of Zemo, he's around for the rest of the episode, and the episode isn't set in a prison. So as you can imagine, a jailbreak ensues. And what a delightful one. It's like so good. Like some people like call it the preposterous. How preposterous? I feel like I'm mispronouncing that word, but I'm not entirely sure. Anyhow, how preposterous. I think that one's good. The plan is that it comes together too quickly and whatnot, but look, I've watched like 90% of the Lupin the Third franchise. I'm working my way to 100. I'm just here for those type of tropes, and when they're done well, I just love them. I didn't want to move my hand again because I didn't want to hit the mic. Imagine me just like doing the exaggerated motion with my fingers. Anywho, like, it is wonderful, quickly elegant plan, executed plan that is like elegant in my opinion, and I just love that it was over so quickly. It just went swimmingly. Oh, also side note, like Sam and Bucky are playing well off each other still, which I am very here for. So no, I just put even more world building, smiley face. I was happy about it, like I said before, but like something there made me like smiley face. I think it was something to do with music, and like Bucky just preferring 40s music, which like people can. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You can like something and then prefer something over it. Like, that doesn't mean you think the other thing is bad. Just the first thing or the preferred thing is just more you, and there's nothing wrong with that. And it was like a very well-known album that I haven't heard of, that I think I just kind of missed because I think I was just a bit too young to have heard it. And then getting older and getting into music, I was just more into the indie scene. Like I don't hate rap music. Like every musician is bound to get one song with me that I absolutely love, but like I just prefer the genres. So like they were oddly specific, and like Zemo was on the same side as Falcon and called it out, which was delightful. Moving on, God, like without like me reacting to the things and then putting that in. Like, oh, I can really hear all my holding phrases I just say while I need a moment to think. There we are. Flag smashes humanization. Kind of like we got with the US agent. Feel sad for them, and then feel hurt because of their flaws. Like, won't go into specifics of that, but like, you either won't be affected by it, won't feel a thing, or you feel saddened and then conflicted about their actions. Anywho. Oh yeah. Anyhow, the plot basically resolves, like, they're trying to find the super soldier serum, which is why they got Zemo out of prison, if I didn't mention. And part of that involves going to such and such illegal place that doesn't have extradition to the US. There's a bunch of criminals, and it's kind of like an uptown area, but they're going to Lou Town. So downtown, and it's like just criminal haven, and I'm there for the entire scene. It is a wonderful place. I just love the look of it. What's it? Oh god, yeah, and I'll go more into this in a second, but like there's a snake gut drink thing that Sam is forced to drink because of the person he's impersonating as, because like they have to be there in like vaguely villainous personas to not just get like attacked by everyone in Lowtown. And it's like, I hate it. I hate it when they make characters in TV shows bad actors. Like that delivered kind of like meta thing, but cringe humor. I can't stand it because if no one else is breaking in a scene, like I just can't stand cringe humor. It's like the only reason I can enjoy it is like with YouTubers, because like eventually they break and have to laugh at how ridiculous they are. But in TV shows, they just do multiple takes until the actor gets it right, and it's like, then I don't have a release. I had to pause later on. I'll go into detail of it then, but yeah, moving on. I had to go into 3 pages of this one. It didn't really use much of the third one, but like, hey, like these are getting more densely filled, and I'm here for it. Anyhow, after an action scene, just to keep people invested, which, you know, invested, anywho, they get taken into the back room, and it's to meet the person that helps them find the super soldier serum. And given I won't be talking much of them or mentioning them ever again, you can draw conclusions. Anywho, just a weirdly nice intro into this specific locale that they will never revisit, and no one that wasn't already appearing in this show when they entered it will be seen ever again. So odd, but I liked it. Yeah, oh yeah, and here's the thing, like, pause the video. It's like Sam forgets to turn off his phone, gets a call from his sister, they go into a little domestic about the situation they're in. And like the whole time he's just doing it so bad to pretend to be a villain, and it's like, God, why? And also, why didn't, I'm thinking of this now, why didn't Zemo brief him more or keep track on these things just to make sure everything's okay? Like he's normally so on top of everything else, but like, I don't know, maybe they just wanted more action. Anywho. Oh yeah. Thank God action. It got me out of that terrible scene. Also heel joke when they had to run away. It made me giggle. Where were we? Oh yeah, we see Shan Carter again. Someone I completely forgot about until they reminded me. Oh yeah, they had an established connection with this character. I guess because she only did appear in like Civil War. Like hard to leave much of an impact when like you get like Infinity War, Endgame, Spider-Man, Homecoming, was it? No, Far From Home, and like WandaVision and all that. It's like if you didn't make an appearance in any of those, and like, well, not like, it's just hard to remember you. But like, it was a good film, but like it was a while ago, and so much other stuff has come out in the MCU alone. So thankfully they reestablished her. Oh, so she's an art thief now, because apparently she can't go back to America because criminal. And like somehow Sam got a pardon, but she didn't. And it's like, okay, where else were we? Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, I was just getting a bit confused there, because this technically applies to something later, but I wrote it before. Them talking about figuring out the code to the super... oh geez. Dyslexic with a lisp. Oh, that's not good. Super soldier serum. There we go. Don't say it again. Don't try and prove it. You can say it. Anywho. That is like a code that no one else can figure out, but it's like, okay, it's impossible in real life, but given the world they're in, if it is science, like, It's not so much like a hidden code. It's just like a combination of things someone has to figure out how to do. Like, it's not that impossible. Like, they try and sum it up as it is, but like it shouldn't be. Like, someone through dedicated, intense research or just sheer happenstance should be able to figure it out. Because like that's the two ways humanity figures things out: dedication or dumb luck. Have a synonym. I hope I'm having the right one. That'd be a terrible call out if I didn't. Oh yeah, and then little party scene. Nothing really of note there. I just wrote it down because like kind of hit my eyes a little bit, and like I'm like, would it be safe for epileptic people? If you're watching this and getting a little bit spoiled before you jump into the thing, if that's how you like to view content, well, TV shows, but still content, and you're epileptic, be warned. If you just close your eyes during the scene, it's not very long, and I don't know why they would include it. Like, I don't know, I feel like they were trying to make it safe, but like it still hurt my eyes, so like I don't know. I dare on the side of caution, but you do you. Not long in between then, they find the scientist they're looking for and do the interrogation thing with him. And bounty hunters after them because, well, I think person that didn't really go into much detail got killed, but they were well connected, so bounty. And bounty hunters, the bounty hunters, they find them, and Shen has to kick ass and also stab ass throughout the fight scene, which is rather delightful. It is good to see her in action. I think they're going to try and make her more of a thing now, so I'm here for it. Where else were we? Oh yes, the scientist going into his explanation about like, I was so close on the verge of making a serum, but then I got snapped away, and then I came back and then continued and all that. They try and lampshade the fact that there's not many physical changes like there was with Steve, because it would just seem time consuming to do. It's like, he tries to say improved, better, and it's like, no, I don't think it is. I think if someone's getting shot with like super steroids, they want the body to go with it, with the exception the genitalia, at least on guys. Like, they want the inverse of that with the super steroids. Anywho, where were we? Oh, then we get Zemo being kick-ass. Before then, like, it's his modus operandi. He kills the scientist because he don't want no more of this stuff out about in the world. Then something gets blown up for some reason or another, and then they're like trying to fight each other, fight off the bounty hunters after them. They're kind of pinned down a little bit, but then Zemo saves the day, blowing a lot of them up by shooting a gas line, which actually would probably cause a lot of problems for people. And what else? Oh yeah, just like engaging in gun fu with them, like just punching and twisting them about the place just to end them off with like a bullet to the head. It was fun. Nearing the end of the episode, last 3 bullet points before I end this, and dead 20 minutes again. Oh well, I did preface this last time. I love a good ramble. Yeah, and then after that, all that nonsense, like Sam is just kind of depressed about like everything he's learned, and it's like, much as in real life, this shit is afoot in the MCU, and that really bums him out. Then we get some escalation with the Flag Smashers. They're stealing food. Oh yeah, I didn't really go into the humanization of Flag Smashers. Someone got sick, someone died. It led breadcrumbs on a trail to find out where they are at the moment, but like fundamentally didn't go anywhere this episode. Anywho, they steal some food. The guards, who are just like hoarding it all, locked inside, and things get escalated quickly with explosions and, well, explosives that lead to an explosion. But hey, anywho, like, that is just going to make things escalate more and more. brief aside, I'm liking these episodes more and more as the series goes on. Whereas like WandaVision, I had a steady enjoyment of it. Like, I think I'm gonna be meh about like the first episode, but like every episode after, I'm really digging it more and more. So hopefully that continues and doesn't dip off. Anyway, after escalation, it's basically the end of the episode at that point. Just going to where she is and setting up stuff for next week. And speaking of setting up stuff, Bucky finds some orbs around the place. And if you remember anything from one film in particular, you can make an educated guess. And boy, as I was writing it down, I was right. Wakanda. I imagine I'm not very happy about Zemo being out. So that's going to be fun next week. Yeah, and that is pretty much everything that happened. Overall, good episode. Like, the first episode, surprisingly weak compared to the rest of the series. Very enjoyable. I'm looking forward to the next one coming up. And at least with this new format, it's a lot easier for me to get these uploaded. So who knows? I can maybe be able to keep more on time with it. We'll see. We'll see. I have the outro. What isn't covered in the outro streaming channel. Find that in the link below. It's on Twitch. It's on YouTube right now. It's small, so I don't have to have exclusivity is the word. Well, the word and the pronunciation on Twitch. Apparently they do that. You can't multi-stream and be an affiliate or partner with them, which is just scummy and also like against their own interest, because like if you can multi-stream and you don't have an exclusivity deal with them directly, getting paid for it as opposed to terms of service, it's like, why not just let people multi-stream to you if they can? Like, that's just content for you. And like a smaller portion of the audience, but they still get to build it. So like, that's the side rant completely unrelated to the Winter Soldier, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, my bad. Anything else? No, just have a wonderful day. That really isn't covered in the outro, but it's implied. But still, best to say these things sometimes. Okay, and outro. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a wonderful time. Be sure to like, comment, share the video about the place, and to subscribe. And also, if you're feeling exceptionally generous, take a look at my Patreon. Thank you very much for your time. Ta-ta, Wiedersehen, until we meet again.